My name is Muhammad Atif, and I really want to thank you for attending this live session about why should you consider switching your career or building a cybersecurity career in 2023. So let me just switch to the presentation and I'll start. And it shouldn't be a long presentation. I think it should take around maybe 30 minutes, and then we can take questions in case of any questions. So the main purpose of the session today is just to explain the opportunities available for cybersecurity in 2023. Okay. And there is a lot of factors that should let you consider to build a career in cybersecurity or to switch your career to cybersecurity in 2023. And especially this year, because there is a lot of economic challenges, this year, cybersecurity is one of the best opportunities when it comes to selecting the right career for you. So the reason I'm conducting this live session is just to explain or answer all the questions related to how hard is it to switch to cybersecurity. Does it request any IT background, any previous network background? What about people who don't have any IT background? Can they still switch to this career or not? So I'll try to make it simple as possible. And then by the end of the live session, I will take like few questions in case there is any doubt. First, to whom this session is actually, this specific live session is targeting who exactly? Who should get the best, the more information from this session? First, job seekers. People who are looking for jobs, maybe switching their career, or looking for a better jobs, or looking for something growing rapidly. So job seekers, not necessarily coming from IT, but from IT and non-IT. Okay. People who recently get laid out. You know, recently we have a lot of big names start laying off employees, and people are supporting family and they are looking for jobs. So all kind of job seekers, this will be very, very useful for us. Fresh graduate, student who just graduated from college or high school, and they start looking for a job and something that is growing and a good income. This is also a category that we target. People who want to work in cybersecurity as a part-time. Maybe you have your daily jobs and it's okay, but you need something additional that you can work on weekend or evening time, and it will get you a source of income. This is also suitable for the session. IT professional. A lot of people who are into the IT, they are also looking to switch their career in cybersecurity. Especially, there is a lot of layoff for IT right now, moving to the cloud computing. A lot of jobs right now, they are getting rid of people because it's done on the cloud. So people with the IT background, people with specific commitment like housewives and ladies and retired people, people who actually are not able to find or are not able to be committed to a 9-to-5 jobs, and they want to have some kind of jobs that they can do from home. This is very, very suitable for them. And finally, people who are looking to work remotely. Some people are located in countries where they don't have that much of opportunities when it comes to cybersecurity jobs. So maybe they are located in a country, maybe in Middle East or Africa or any country where they don't have much opportunities, or maybe even in a village or in a place that cannot provide them, or they cannot find normal jobs in this place. They can take the full jobs, 9-to-5 or full day jobs remotely. This also would be very useful for them. So this is my target audience for the live today. If you are one of those categories, definitely you will get some benefit from this session. So let's start with some facts. Okay, so is it feasible to start considering working on cybersecurity? And as I told you, it doesn't matter about your background right now. I'm not talking only to people with an IT background. I'm talking people with different background, maybe project management, maybe IT, maybe administrative. It doesn't matter what is your background. Okay, definitely all of us are looking to improve their career and are looking to find something more decent when it comes to jobs and income. And more important, finding something more stable. The main challenge in any jobs usually is that stability. I get a job and I start customizing my life according to jobs, all my commitments, the rent, everything according to the income. And if anything happens, it will make a big mess in my plan and my life. So stability of the business is a very important factor for anyone. Now, keeping in mind, in 2023, it's a very tough year, as you may heard. A lot of company, and those are big names, Facebook, Amazon, Google, Alibaba, all the big entities, they are laying off hundreds of thousands of people. Okay, so this is for the big companies that doing billions of dollars. What about small company? The case is even worse. Okay, and I believe maybe all of you may have heard about it or may have an experience similar to that. But the problem is with the economic challenge that different countries have right now. The layoff process or percentage is increasing very, very high right now. So all the company, big and small, are laying off employees very, very easily starting from 2022, and they are expecting to have more layoff in 2023. On the other hand, we have another sector or a different field that has a very big gap in the market. So in the same time where companies are laying off employees, some activity or some sectors or fields like cybersecurity, it have a very big gap in the available position. And according to the statistic, in 2021, there was 3.5 million unfilled positions. Okay, million. This is in 2021, which means this was 2 years back. Last year, this number has been increased with 26%. So think about it. You have some fields that they are laying off employees, administrative jobs, IT jobs, non-IT jobs, they are laying off a lot of people. And on the other hand, we have one field that has a very severe gaps in jobs. Okay. Now, keeping in mind that a lot of people are planning and are trying to join cybersecurity right now. However, even by that, we still have these big gaps. And according to statistics, 1 in each 4 who are applying for any position are qualified. So it means that 25% of the candidates who are studying cybersecurity are qualified to find jobs. And this is the main weakness here. The weakness is not that there is a lot of jobs and there isn't any people who are applying. There is a lot of people who are applying, but they are not qualified. So cybersecurity, it's a very good field to consider, but you need to know the right path or the right way to qualify yourself to be able to find a job in cybersecurity. Now, you have to reconsider how you are thinking about cybersecurity, because cybersecurity is not what you have in mind. Those are like ethical hacking people and high skills technical people. Cybersecurity is a very, very wide field, and it have different kind of position. So some of them are technical positions, some of them are non-technical, like governance position, administrative position, physical security. So you have different fields. So it doesn't matter from which background you came. You can find the suitable career in cybersecurity depending on your background. And this is actually what we will explain today. So according to that, I added I made a 5 steps plan that will help you to build your cybersecurity career from scratch. And it's kind of successful plan. You can do your own research about this plan. So if you decided that cybersecurity is the right career, and right now a lot of company is laying off employee, and the opportunity in cybersecurity is higher, their average salary is higher, the stability is better. If you decided that, yes, I will start working on my skills to be able to find a job in cybersecurity, what should I do first? So I will go easily about the 5 steps. And we will explain what will be the best approach to let you get into the cybersecurity in a short period of time. First, let's see how people are thinking when it comes to joining a new domain. Let's assume that you came from a different background. You used to work as a secretary, you used to work as an administrative in an office, whatever your job, and you want to switch to a different job, cybersecurity, HR, any other job. What is your approach usually? Is the training. You said, okay, cybersecurity, it's a very good field. Let me take some courses and let me take some trainings, and then I will start applying for jobs. This is good, but this will not get you to the job. Okay, training and courses are useful, but they are the fundamentals of cybersecurity. They will teach you the knowledge, the foundation, but they will not teach you the hands-on. And honestly speaking, this is the main challenge. The hands-on, the real experience. Okay, this is what the organization is looking for. They are looking for people who have real experience on cybersecurity. Cybersecurity projects are not a very long project. Maybe it's like 8 months, 6 months. So if I'm a business owner and I have a project, I don't want to get someone who got some training and I will spend 4 months teaching him how to work realistically, right? In a project of 8 months, it's not working like that. So cybersecurity business, they are always looking for people who got some hands-on, depending on what they are applying for, okay? And again, forget about the IT in cybersecurity, because as I told you, there is different positions that we will cover. So the main challenge in cybersecurity is the hands-on experience or the real experience. Training is important, but this will not get you to the point that you can apply and get jobs. Because when you go for an interview, they will not ask you to define some definitions. They will not ask you what is risk assessment or what is business impact analysis, right? They will ask you, did you conduct a risk assessment before? Did you plan and implement a disaster recovery plan before? So if you know the concept, it's fine, but did you implement that? Do you know how it's done? What input you should have? What template are we using? Who should be getting involved? What is the deliverable? This is what they are looking for. So the main issue here is how can I get real life experience that will help me to find the cybersecurity jobs. So you still need the training, but you need a different kind of training. You need some realistic training. This is the main gaps. If you are able to solve this problem 100%, you will get job easily, because the market is suffering of the unavailability of qualified resources. And I can assure you that. So the point here is that you should have some kind of hands-on. You should have some kind of experience in the field where you want to work on it, or in the specific criteria in cybersecurity where you want to work on it. So this is the kind of questions that you will get inside the interviews. They will ask you about standard and compliance. They will ask you about some product like DLP or data classification or SIM solution, or depending on what you are applying for, and this is very important to decide what is the jobs that you're going to apply for, and this is what we will cover within a few seconds. So the main point is to try to work according to a plan that will get you some experience in a specific area that match your background. Okay. So as I told you, according to plan, I have a 5-step plan. According to this concept, I have a 5-step plan that may help you to be more specifically when it comes to planning for your career and building a cybersecurity career from scratch. Now, keep in mind that this may take from 6 to 8 months. Okay, relaxing. You will not be fully dedicated for that. Maybe 1 day or 2 days per weekend. But this plan, if you do a plan similar to that, it will take you from 6 to 8 months to get you the knowledge and the experience, real experience, that will let you find cybersecurity jobs. So the first step in the 5-step plan is to identify the suitable job for you, so the suitable cybersecurity jobs. And this is the most important step. Okay? Cybersecurity is a very wide field, and it has all kinds of jobs, technical and non-technical and administrative and management and all kinds of jobs and audit. And it doesn't matter what background you have, definitely you can match some of those positions. So identifying your suitable jobs, this actually will be the first step to a successful career building. Okay. Now, to simplify the process or to simplify the jobs, I can tell you that cybersecurity jobs are divided to 2 different categories: the governance and the technical. Okay, technical is more into the technical part. Okay, it involves more technical skills. Governance is more into the business part. You still need to have a basics technical background, but you are involved more with the business department and with the technical department as well. You are more as a coordinator. Your main concern is to stabilize the business. You need to understand what is the business is doing and make sure that this will be running smoothly in case of any incident. And a very good example about the governance positions that people can build a career easily is a cybersecurity specialist. Cybersecurity specialist focus on the business part. You are coordinating between business, IT, senior management, different entity to comply with the standard, to comply with the regulation, to make sure the business environment is secure. So it's not really a technical position. The technical requirement is quite basics. While cybersecurity engineer, it's a pure technical position. So the point here, you need to know exactly what is the position that is more suitable for you. And how can you know that? By reading job description. Check cybersecurity specialist in Indeed or computer jobs or any jobs and see what exactly is the requirement. Or check cybersecurity engineer, or check penetration testing or cloud security. So you can know exactly which one is more suitable for you. If you are not from an IT background, specialist position, information security or cybersecurity specialist is more suitable for you. Okay. We also have audit officer, cybersecurity officer, we have analyst, so it's important to know what will be the more suitable job for you, that you can start studying and understanding and know what is the role and responsibility and start planning for it according to that. Let me just show you something and then I will get to my presentation. Guys, I don't know if everything is going well. Is voice clear? Is there any issue with the presentation? Thank you. So, for example, okay, this is a job description for a cybersecurity specialist. When you download the job description, you will see that the requirement, it's not that deep. For instance, is to implement information security policy. A lot of the job requirement is documentation. Collaborate with IT department to conduct a disaster recovery. This is a collaboration with IT department. You are not the one who's doing disaster recovery. what is disaster recovery and how we are doing it, you can study that. There is a lot of resources online. So you have to download the job description and start checking, is this the right position for me or not? Okay. So for people who came from a non-IT background, specialist is very, cybersecurity specialist is very suitable, or officer also is a suitable position. But people from a technical background, depending on what backgrounds they came from. If they came from, for example, from a network background, so maybe network security admin will be more suitable. Or if they came from a cloud computing background, maybe cloud security specialist would be more suitable. So it depends about your background, okay? And there is a place for anyone in this field, technical and non-technical. Once you decide about what jobs is more suitable for you, then you need to start evaluating your background. You do have the job description, then you check, do you know anything in this job description or not? You do a skill set matrix, like an Excel sheet, writing down, as I just show you in the job description. Those are the skills needed: management, information security policy, access control, incident management, whatever is written in the job description. And then you start writing down any one of those you have any experience with, or are you going to start from scratch from each one of those? So you need to identify, is there any skills that you already know about it, or everything that in the job description, you're gonna have to start working on it from scratch. And according to that, you start learning, but you start learning the requested skills realistically. So if you find in the job description that what is needed is experience in implementing and managing and creating information security policy, it's easy to know how to create a policy, but you need to know how it's done realistically based on what we create, because after all, it's documentation. You're just creating document, but based on what we are creating there. I mean, definitely there is some factor that we are using to create the policy. So whatever you learn, you need to learn it in a realistic way, not just as a concept. Don't study as you are going for an exam. Study that tomorrow I may get hired and they may ask you to do that realistically. How can I do it? So you need to start studying, and the resources is everywhere right now. And there is a very important factor that I will explain that will help you to achieve whatever I'm explaining today, but in a very small amount of time. So here it's, how should I study? Okay, I do know the skills that is suitable for the positions that they should apply for. I do know the job description for the positions that I will apply for. I just need to learn it the right way. So definition is important, but the implementation is more important. And as I told you, right now, the internet and the AI, which I'm going to show you now, it's everywhere. So whatever you have a confusion about is very easy to know how it's done. You don't need to go and take an expensive training for Cisco, CCNA, CCNP, where it will have maybe 60% of the content will be about the foundation of the network. Okay. You need to know, or you need to learn realistically how organizations are doing that. What is the template we are using? Who are filling this information? How it should be done? So this is very, very important. Now there is a very important factor right now that will make a big change in the field, okay? And it will make your life much easier. And for people who want to switch cybersecurity, this will be quite easy for them to utilize a tool like that, which is artificial intelligence, okay? So the AI tool right now made a lot of change in the world that we are of the cybersecurity field and all other fields actually, but especially one of the fields that was really affected with cybersecurity positively is was affected with AI is the cybersecurity. Okay. Now I don't know your experience, or do you know anything about the artificial intelligence platform, or especially ChatGPT, everyone is talking about right now. It's a normal platform. You can go create an account and use it from today. Okay, and Microsoft also will release it on the search engine. This is a chatbot that is unbelievable, can provide you any kind of information that you need. Okay, so if you want to create a policy, you can open ChatGPT and tell him, I need to create a policy for email security, and it will give you the full policy. If you want to create a business impact analysis, you can ask him to create one for you. It's like a personal assistant, and it's very, very sophisticated. It's not a result of search like Google. No, no, no. This is very specific chatbot that can give you any results. It works in different fields. If you request for a program, he will create the program for you. If you request for a song, he will create a song. He can do anything that you want. And he's not getting that from the internet or from Google. He's not getting a text from a website. He generates things for you. So imagine you have a tool like that while now you are doing a training. I'm sorry, now you are preparing yourself in cybersecurity. Imagine what this tool can do for you. Anything in the job, he can show you how it's done. He can give you the template. He can show you the step-by-step guide. It's like having a personal mentor, and he will guide you in a very sophisticated way. Now, this should be giving you a very, very big advantage to decide to start to work on that. So you will learn, and if you need assistance, you have someone to assist you. You cannot use it blindly. You have to understand the foundation of cybersecurity, but this will make your life much easier. And instead of asking anyone, how can I do that, or creating a document randomly or searching online for any template, no, you have something that will give you exactly what you want and the way you want it. Right way, it doesn't take time. Okay, and they have a free version and paid version. So one big game changer is the ChatGPT or the AI platform in general, because we actually, those kind of AI now expand rapidly, and very, very soon the way we are using the technology will completely change. And it's an interactive chatbot. I mean, you can speak to him. If he creates something and this is not what you are looking for, you can tell him, no, no, this is not exactly what I wanted. I want something related to a private entity. So he will tell you suggestion. You are talking to someone, except it's an AI. It's scary, but actually think about it. It's very, very useful in case you are planning to change your career in cybersecurity or in any other field. But I'm talking specifically about cybersecurity. Then the fourth point is to try to practice in a real cybersecurity project, in a real environment. And you can find actually this kind of entity who are willing to get you as an internship. Right now, you know, it's kind of available that if you take some or spend some time learning cybersecurity, and then you are looking to work with a company, of course for free, but to practice with them any project or operational activity just to see how things are done realistically, yes. You can find something like that. And this would make a big difference, as I told you, because the main issue here is trying to get the real experience. So trying to get the real experience is very, very important, because it's well known that people learn much easier when they are working than when they are taking training. Think about what you are doing right now. Maybe you are an accountant or a project manager or an HR specialist. When you started your jobs, did you had the same amount of experience you had today? Took you training, you took courses, maybe you get graduated from a college, but the experience came when you start working realistically, right? So this is the concept behind finding an internship. Of course, internship, you need to have the knowledge, as I explained, but it will give you more confidence once you start working on a real project and real operational activity. Final steps is to get certified. Okay, you will get the knowledge you will start trying to get some real experience, and there is a lot of websites that will give you use cases and scenario. And you know what? Even ChatGPT, you can tell him, give me use cases about specific scenario and how can I solve it, and he will tell you. So it's quite easier now to implement or to get some real experience accordingly. But at the end, you're going to need to have some kind of accreditation. Okay? It's like when you are driving a car, right? If you know how to drive and someone teach you how to drive, still you will not be able to drive officially unless you have a driver license, right? Same concept apply here. If you got all the knowledge, but you are not certified, it's quite hard to reach an interview. Okay, but if you get certified and you start applying for jobs, it will be much easier to find a job. So the point here is that getting a certification will actually let you reach the interview, but people will not hire you just because you have a certification. They're just going to select you because imagine whenever they have an opening for a cybersecurity position, how many person applying for that? Usually, we select people who already are certified because it reflects that they have the knowledge. But then it depends about how the interview will be going. So certificate is quite important, and it will complete the framework, except it's not the one that will get you the job. It will get you to the interview. Okay. Now keep in mind that you need to select the certificate relevant to your skills. There is hundreds of certificates in cybersecurity. Don't select anyone randomly. If you're going to work as a specialist, you need to have a certificate like CISSP. If you're going to plan to work as an auditor, you need to work on a certificate called CISA. If you're going to be working in technical like penetration testing, you need to get something similar to that and so on. So certificate also is important accordingly. This is the 5-step plan that you can follow in case you want to build a career in cybersecurity. And honestly speaking, from my experience, it's doable. It has to be done in a logic way. And I think 6 to 8 months will be more than enough to get yourself ready if you are working in a very relaxing way. But if you plan for it, I can guarantee that the result will be very, very straightforward. Okay, guys, is there any question, any doubts? I'm not sure how many one is available on the live. Okay, so I think that will do it. Thank you so much, and hopefully we can do a similar live every week where we can try to guide candidates who are planning to join cybersecurity on how they should start, what kind of challenge. We can even take some like point and explain them realistically. So if this was something that was useful in any way, just let me know and I'll be more than happy to do that every weekend, like one session, maybe 30-minute session that just will guide people on their process of building their career in cybersecurity. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next week. Thank you.